Hi, my name is Jason Matthew from WeCanEduTech, and today I'm going to quickly show you how to bring in your PowerPoint presentation into Articulate Rise 360. So let's get straight into it. Before we start, I would like to point out that Rise is a course authoring tool, and you can deconstruct your PowerPoint presentation using the different blocks in Rise to create an incredible learning experience for your learners. But sometimes all that is needed is to bring in the entire presentation as is into Rise. I'm going to demonstrate two ways in which you can do this. In the first method, you will bring in the slides as a carousel of static images. And the second method, we will use the timeline interaction to add the slides as static images with narration. In this video, I'm using Microsoft PowerPoint, but you can use these same methods for any other presentation software that allows you to save your slides as images, such as Google Slides or Keynote. First thing you do is create your presentation in PowerPoint. Then you will need to export your PowerPoint as images. One thing to note is that in both methods, you'll be saving your PowerPoint slides as static images. Any transitions and animations you had in the PowerPoint presentation will be lost. I would recommend that you export the files in a folder on your desktop so it is easy to access. When exporting your slides as images, you will have two file types to choose from. You can save your images as JPEG or PNG. I recommend you choose PNG. PNG files will be slightly larger in file size than its equivalent JPEG version, but you get a higher quality image saving in PNG. Alright, so I've created a PowerPoint presentation. I've saved it on my desktop, so I'm going to open that up now. So it's open up in Microsoft PowerPoint. I go to the top menu here. I click on File. I click on Export. And then for file format, I'm going to look for PNG. So as I said, another image file format is JPEG, but the one you really want is PNG. So I click on PNG and I choose Save Every Slide. It's on my desktop, and then I click Export. And I get a confirmation each slide in your presentation has been saved as a separate file in the folder. I click OK. I can now close the PowerPoint presentation. And there on my desktop is a folder with the title of my PowerPoint presentation. If I click on this folder, I see my 9 slides that make up my PowerPoint presentation. So let's go back. I'll open up the PowerPoint presentation once again. And let me go to this. So this is what the PowerPoint presentation looks like. There are 9 slides. All right. So what happened was that you export the PowerPoint presentation as 9 individual PNG images that represents 1 slide each. All right, so now that we have done that, we are ready to get into Rise and bring this PowerPoint in it. So let's do that. So I'm in my Rise account, so I'm going to open the course that I want to add the PowerPoint image to. And it might be an existing lesson that you can add to, that's fine. For today, I'll just create one quickly. So I'll call it PowerPoint example, and I'll click enter, and then I'll add content, click on add content, click on lesson, and now I'm inside of the lesson PowerPoint example. The first method, we would use the carousel block. The biggest advantage using the carousel block is that you can do a batch import. That is, you can import all the slide images at once. So how do we do that? We click on all blocks, then we go to gallery, and we choose carousel. So what Rise will do is add a placeholder image here. And what we do is that we click on edit in the left hand side there. So you click on edit, and there are 2 placeholder images at the moment. You click add images, then you click on upload image. When you click on upload image, you can then search for that folder where you have your saved file images. So for me, it's on the desktop, so it's easy to find. And I know the name of my presentation is Applying UDL Best Practices to Large Courses. So I click on that folder and then I select all my 9 slide images. So I select in all the images here, all the PNG files, and then I click open. And all the images that represents the slides are uploaded. So if I scroll down, you can see all the different slides they're coming in. All right, so let's click out. And now this is how the carousel looks. If I click on the arrows to navigate, I can go, those are the 2 placeholder images. And then now I have my different slides. I can also add a caption if I want, but for this one, I'll just have the slides there. So these are all the individual slides that made up my my deck of PowerPoint presentation there. Now let's go to edit. So let's do some editing. Click on edit. Now remember, by default, Rise gives you 2 placeholder images. You can delete those. So you can click on edit and then you choose remove. Similarly, I'll do it for the second one. Click edit, remove. So now if I go to the start of my carousel, it's the image or the first slide in my PowerPoint deck. So that's great. You can easily update your presentation in future by again going to the edit button. And let's say you want to remove a slide in the future that doesn't make sense. You go to that slide and then on the right hand side, you click on edit and you have 2 choices. You can either replace that current slide with a new slide that you have created. So you could click on replace image, or you can just remove the slide altogether. Or sometimes you might just want to change the order of the slide. So what you do is that you go to the left of the slide. You go to the left of the slide that you want to change the order from. So let's say I wanted to move slide 2 and make it the first slide that someone sees. I go to the left, I click on the 3 dots and I click and hold, and then I move it wherever I want. So let's say, just so that you could visually see what's happening, I'm going to hold it and move it to the front there to be the first slide. Now if I click out and I look at the carousel, now you see that this is the first slide. All right, so let me go to the start. You see it's the first slide, and then if I click there, that's the title slide is now the second slide. Now I could go and edit and undo that. So again, you look for the 3 ellipses here, you click and hold, and then you drag it, that image to wherever you want it to go. So now I've returned the order. So it's now the title slide is now the first slide. If I click out and I look at it, if I click on the first dot, which will represent the first image, there it is, the title slide. Now let's see how the learner will view this. So we click on preview, and this is how it looks on the desktop computer. So you can use these arrows to navigate. So you see these are the different slides as we scroll across. Let's see how it looks on the tablet. So this is how it looks on the tablet. So again, similar navigation. All right, landscape mode, this is how it looks. And this is how it looks on the mobile phone. So you see, there's use the dots to scroll across. Or I guess you could swipe across with your finger as well, because it's a touchscreen phone. This is how it will look in landscape mode. So there you go. And that's the beginning of the presentation once more. So you click on edit. And now let's go to the second method that we could use. We will use the timeline block as the second method. So you click on all blocks. Then you go to interactive. And there you want to choose timeline. So it's somewhere at the bottom there. Okay, so in the timeline block, by default, you get 2 blocks. So now we go to edit on the left, click on edit. So for the first one, I'm going to keep the date blank. So all these are placeholder text. So you delete date 1, you delete event 1 title, you delete the placeholder text. And for the media, you're going to click on the camera icon there, and you're going to click on upload media. And then you can find the folder where you have the different images of the different slides. And then you click on slide 1 and you click open. It's going to upload that slide. So for this one, it's a little more labor intensive because you're going to have to individually add each image of the slide in. Then you can add audio if you want. So you can record audio. So if you click on start recording, it will start recording audio that you speak. And then when you're finished speaking, you can stop recording and it will upload the recording. Now, if you, after you record your audio, you don't like what you hear, because you can click on the play button and play the audio recording and listen to it. What you can do is that if you are not happy with it, you can click on the trash can icon and that will remove the audio. And then you can start recording again the new recording. Now, the disadvantage with this method is that you can't edit the audio. You would want to use a free editing software like Audacity. If you want to edit your audio, then save it as an MP3 file. And once you save it as an MP3 file, then you can click upload a file. And if you have the MP3 file stored in the folder, you can then save that, upload that file, that MP3 file. So that's one way in which you can do it. All right, so just to recap quickly, you can either record audio or your voice directly by clicking on start recording, or you can upload a audio file that you have recorded previously in another piece of software, save it as an MP3, and then upload it directly to this. So this is a great way if you want to create a narrated PowerPoint where you have voice over the slides. This is a way you can do it. All right, so I'm going to go to the second block now. And in this one, I would add a title. So again, I'm going to delete date 2, that placeholder text. For event 2 title, I'm going to delete that. And instead, I'm going to put the title UDL guidelines. I'm going to delete the placeholder text that they have there. And for media, I'm going to click on the camera icon, click on upload media, and then I'll click on slide 2, click open. So that will upload the image of slide 2. And once again, I can record audio. So again, this is a great way if you want to record your voice over particular slides. It might not have to necessarily be all the slides in your PowerPoint deck, but certain slides you might want to give further explanations. You can do that, and you can click on record audio. And again, you can either record directly to the computer. If you click start recording, get a live recording, or if you had recorded previously using another piece of software, then you can upload that MP3 file. For this one, I'm going to leave the second slide as not having any audio recording. So I just click on close, and this is how it looks. Okay, so I just realized that I deleted the audio recording for the first slide. So let me return to that. Let's click on edit. And for the first slide, I'll click record audio just so that you see what it looks like. Start recording. Hello everyone, welcome to the presentation UDL best practices for large courses. I'll just click stop recording. So it saves the recording. Now let's see how that looks. I'm going to click on close. Right, so this is how it will look. So you see there's the audio recording there. So the learner can click on it and hear what you have your voice over the slide, and you can look at the slide, and then they move to the second slide. Now the difference between the first slide and the second slide, well, the first slide has audio. The second slide, we did not put any audio in. The second slide also, we added a title, and adding titles there in the block itself will free up space on your actual slides. You don't have to think about putting the title within the PowerPoint presentation. You can put it in these title blocks as well. So that helps a lot in terms of freeing up space for your presentation. Now with the timeline block, again, you have the ability to, in the future, if you want to change anything, you can just click on edit. And for now, we just have the first two slides. So let's say that you didn't want this first slide anymore. You can just click on the trash can icon and it will remove that slide. Also, if I wanted to change the order of these images, I just go to the left, I click and hold on those three horizontal lines there, and I can drag the image, the slide, to wherever order I want. Now, if I needed to add additional slides, I can then click on add event, which is at the bottom left, and there gives me a third block, and I can go through all the steps. Well, it added it as the second block. I can drag that down if I wanted. All right, so now, so it gives me a third block where I can go through all these steps that we did before and add in something new. And again, I can do add event, and I can keep adding additional slides if I wanted to. Now, as discussed before, the major disadvantage with using the timeline block method to bring in your PowerPoint is that you have to add each slide image in. So it's much more labor intensive. But the advantage that you get over the carousel method is that you can add voice over your slides. For each particular slide, you can add a voice over it. So you can either add, if you want to narrate all the slides, you can do that, or you can add narration to just specific slides. So that's the advantage of using the timeline block. So let's close this off and let's click on preview to see how it looks. So this is the carousel method at the top. This is the timeline block at the bottom here. Okay, so as you scroll down, you see the different blocks there. You see the two empty blocks that we just added just to show that we could add more in the future. All right, remember I had changed the order, so now this title slide is the second one, and it has some narration that I had recorded. And so the learner can just click on the play icon here and play the audio. So this is how it will look on a desktop. This is how it looks on a tablet. And this is in portrait mode. This is landscape mode. And then this is how it looks on the phone. So you see, again, Rise has done a really great job in responsive design. So it adapts to whatever screen size and device the learner is using. Please visit our WeCanEduTech channel to view our other videos on Rise 360 and other educational technologies. Please support us by liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Thank you for viewing. Stay safe. Talk to you soon.